Is it going? Is this thing on? Yes. Okay, there you go. And my overhead is going. I'll just play my little song. I have a song. My son wrote it for me. Okay, TikTok. Kristen says, so how much yarn do I need? I mean, that question is going to depend on which tree skirt you actually want to make and how big you want to make it. So the patterns are adaptable, so there's no just like one answer to that. You would have to check the hi Debbie, you'd have to check the pattern, the individual pattern that you want to make. Hi Debbie. Hey Indiana. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let me just talk about what we're doing before I start answering questions. So this crochet along is for the 6-day holiday tree skirts. There are 3 of them. There's the star tree skirt, and it looks like this. This one is the star. It has 9 large points. And then there's the Superstar, which is that green one back there. It's circular. It has smaller points of even sizes. And then there's the Supernova, which is that large one back there. And you can kind of see how, I'm trying to point, but it's reversed. You can see how there's like a large point, some large points, and some small points on that. Okay, so there's a large point and there's a small point. This one, all the points are equal size, but they are all small, so it's more circular. This one ends up looking more like a star, but it has a large point and a small point. And this little green and white and red one has equal points. Okay, so they're very similar, but they're different. Same, but different. So you have lots of choices. So that's why I can't just say you need X amount of yarn, because there's 3 different patterns and there are different options. Like I made this one very small, but this, if you want to make the Supernova, which is that silver and white one, I actually have one started here because you work it the same as the star, and you don't start putting in the smaller points until it reaches this size. So if you want to do a smaller skirt, you should do the star or the Superstar. And if you want to do the Supernova, you should be planning to make a large tree skirt, because you don't even start adding those smaller points. I have another 6 rows to go on this for the points to start adding the smaller points. Okay, so and then you have to do like probably 2 repeats for them to really show up. So that one back there that I showed is probably like the minimum size, and I don't remember what size they are and how much yardage there was, but all that information is in the pattern. So you can check the pattern for that info for how big they ended up being. And everything I said is also in the patterns. So there you go. That's my answer. And I'm sticking to it. Who's making a tree skirt with me, and which one are you making? I'd like to know that. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit about I'll just Ruth Bader Ginsburg this tree skirt. Supernova. What I plan to do, because I'm going to be live every day for 6 days. Today I'm going to start the star. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the Superstar, which is that one. I'm going to start it. Once you get it started, it's repetitive, so you don't need me to show you the whole thing. And then I'm going to, because this and the star are exactly the same for like what I've done up until like 6 more rows of this. They're exactly the same. So I'm on the 3rd day. Hopefully, if I get there by the 3rd day, I'm going to just start the supernova from where it breaks away from the star tree skirt and just go from there, because they are the same up into a certain point. So if you're making the supernova, you can follow what I do today for the star. If you're doing the superstar, I'm going to start that tomorrow, and it's different. But today is going to be star / supernova. They're the same. Okay? Does that make sense? Hi, Kathy. Hi, everybody. I'm jumping right in because there's so much to do. There's so much to do, and I have had so many emails from people asking me for video for this. So I really want to get right into making the tutorial part of this, and get y'all making your tree skirts. Yeah, it's a collar. It's my festive holiday collar. I shouldn't do stuff like this, because then you all will start saying stuff like, keep going, Betty, and make it a sweater. Yeah. Make it a dress. Make it a whatever. You all will always think of something for me to do, to make. All right, let's get going. So the yarn that I am using for this is, I just need to move some things around. My desk is very full of stuff, as you can imagine, and I don't like when the wires show on the thing. The yarn that I am using for all of these is the big twist value and the big twist twinkle. I don't have any big twist twinkle up here on my desk, and I was not able to get the same colors, or maybe I ordered the wrong color, but anyways, I'm using some different colors. Obviously, you all know you can change yarn and you can do whatever color you want. Thank you, Contessa. But I'm gonna get started with this one. I'm using this other kind of green. This green is called what is this called? Varsity green. I don't remember what this green was called, but it's probably in the pattern if you really want this color. And then I use the red twinkle for this, but I only have 2 skeins of the red twinkle left, so I'm going to use it for the superstar. I'm just going to use plain red, so I'm not doing any twinkle, but originally I did twinkle in this row. Kristen says I don't put up a tree anymore, but I might make a collar for fun. I didn't mean to start anything here, but yeah, I think I'll just leave this on. Oh, goodness. Hey, Crafty Mama, thanks for following. Veronica says, I'm making a supernova, but I want to do it in red and white. That'll be pretty. My sister just did this star tree skirt in blues and turquoise. I guess she has a tree in her room that that she leaves up all the time. It's some kind of decoration. And she just did one in like blues and teals, and it turned out really pretty. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so let's get started on the 6-day star tree skirt. I'm just going to put that over there. I'm going to keep the supernova on. I'm starting with green, right? these guys can just live on the, let me see. Let me put these two here because I'm gonna need them, and then this other green can go in the on the floor. Okay, the hook that I'm using. Oh, TikTok, I need to put you up. It has been exceptionally beautiful here the last few days. Let me tell you, I just feel so lucky to live where I live. It has been so gorgeous, like so nice and warm outside. I've been going down to the beach, so I don't know if you're not already following me, follow, because sometimes I go down to the beach and I just go live from there and I just sit there with the ocean view for you to enjoy. I mean, I go down there and crochet sometimes, but I don't have a setup yet where I can like show you like my crochet and the beach at the same time. There we go. Still, I feel like my desk like migrates and everything everything like moves over or something. I don't know what the heck is going on here. This doesn't look right, but it doesn't look the same as it used to, but oh, I know what I have to do over here. I have to mirror my video. There we go. Okay, TikTok, I think that's better. Don't you? Come down this way a little bit. Okay. All right, that's not going to stay on because it's annoying me. And then I need to pull my chair up just a little bit. Y'all can see my legs in the TikTok. I'm wearing shorts. Deal with it. Lovely. Now you know. I have this weird little jumper on that I got at Old Navy in the clearance. And yeah, it's a J hook. It's a J 6, which I believe is a 6 or 6.5 millimeter. I just arranged all this, but this has to come out. Okay, so my the pattern says I used an I, but I was working on the Supernova last night and I went up to a J. So you can do whatever you like, whatever works for you. I always recommend that you start with the hook on that's recommended on the label, and then have one size up and one size down available. You don't have to worry about this curling like you do with the star blanket, because the star blanket is not quite circular. That's why it curls, because it's not quite circular. So we correct that with really loose tension and have you go up a couple hook sizes. But we're going to be going back and forth, so you shouldn't have any problems with curling. And if you do, just bump up your hook. Okay, let's see. Okay, this says finished size approximately 32 inches across. You can make it as big as you want. The star pattern, you can keep going until it's as big as you want. You don't have to stop. You can repeat forever. Okay. All right, let's get started. Color A for me is green, and it starts with chaining 35. Let me come in just a little closer because I know this is going to end up on YouTube, and I know that eventually people are going to use it as a tutorial. So I'm going to do my best to just like really go slow for the people that, you know, that are learning from this. So, hey, Casey, I have one of those hooks there. Yeah, this is the Furls Odyssey hook. It's the only hook I use. I love it. Okay, we're chaining 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay. I am feeling like, even though this J hook felt good for the white and the felt good for this, you know how sometimes different colors have different, like they feel different? The J hook is feeling like it's just a little bit too big for this green yarn. So I'm just going to grab an eye hook that I have in the other room. Did you guys look at my shorts when I got up? I think I'll be happier with this yarn for whatever reason. Okay. Starting with the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet across. So far, super easy. I mean, these patterns are really easy. Yes, I love the weighted hook. It really helps me relax my hand. And you know, I crochet a lot because this is my job. So I have to protect my hands. Oh goodness. Here we go with 69 Mega on the YouTube. Kathy, you there? I know Kathy was like, she'll be on it. I think I might put my tree up this week. I think it'll be fun since I'm making these skirts. And when I moved down here last year, I was like so excited to be here for the holidays. I just really did not want to spend another holiday in the place where I was living. I just really wanted to be out of there by the holidays. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate you. Oh, hey, it's Andrew. Dinging out the rose. Ding, ding, ding. I need to download that sound. Would be so fun. So this is the 6-day star tree skirt, but it's the same as the 6-day supernova. So if you're doing the star or the supernova, you can follow along. So I'm much happier with this hook. Okay, set up row 2. Let's keep moving. Ding, ding, ding. Chain 2. Veronica Bryant says, how can you tell if you need to go to a smaller hook like you did? It just felt loose to me. So you don't have to match gauge on this project. So if you don't have to make match gauge, like if you're making like a blanket or something of that nature, that it doesn't have to be an exact size, and you're not trying to match a gauge, you can create the fabric that you want to create. So for me, I that just was feeling like it was too loose. And the same thing happened to me yesterday when I started this Supernova. I started it out with this exact hook, and for whatever reason the white feels way thicker than the green. So I didn't like the way it felt. So I went up a notch. I went up a hook size. If it's like feeling really loose or just uncomfortable to you, then you can change. If gauge does not matter, you can change. Like the rules of like use this hook with this yarn, or what the pattern says, use a blah 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 hook. You can change that. You don't have to use the hook that they say. You can create the fabric that you want to create. Okay, setup row 2, chain 2, doesn't count, double crochet in the same stitch, chain 3, 2 double crochet. So when it says 2 double crochet, that does not mean 2 double crochet in the next stitch. That means double crochet and then another double crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 3, whoops, 2 double crochet. So you're going to repeat that across. And everywhere you see a chain 3 space is going to be a peak, and everywhere there's a chain 1 space is going to be a valley. So you're alternating peaks and valleys with 2 double crochet in between. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 3, yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to start the Superstar. It starts very similar but a little bit different. And then I'm gonna do the Supernova rows after that. That'll probably take us to the 3rd day, and then we'll see how long that takes. I think the Supernova is gonna take longer because you have to do it so big. You have to make it so much bigger. But that will roughly give me like 2 days for the edges, because I know you want to see the edges. I'll make sure that I get those in. I may not do all of the crocheting on camera. I've already done, like I'm prepping the Supernova so that I can just do the rows that are different on here and not repeat all these rows. The setup rows and the first 2 repeats of pattern are exactly the same as the star, so no real reason to do that twice. Hey Amanda, it's good to see you, my dear. What are you gonna make? Okay, and my last stitch of the row, it's chain 3 and then double crochet in the last stitch. So that's what it should look like. It's already starting to curve around. It's going to keep curving and splaying and getting bigger and rounder. And it's actually a little bit more than circular, so when you put it on your tree, it's going to be like that. And if you have one of those trees that just has like the artificial tree that just has the, you know, the part that you put across, and you just want to do this with a hole, you know, with a hole in the middle, you can just use one of the tree skirt patterns and start with, I have the instructions how to do it. I think you chain 24 and join in a circle and then start with this third setup round, I think it is. So that's setup row 2. You should have 9 chain 3 spaces and 8 chain 1 spaces. So every chain 1 space is going to be a valley, and every chain 3 space is going to be a peak. Supernova, superstar. I think the Supernova is the most striking of the 3 skirts, and same with the blankets and the shawls. I think it's the most striking, but you have to make it bigger. It doesn't, you don't bring in the Supernova points until like, you know, so far along, and then you have to do like 3 repeats for them to really show up. So if you want to do a bigger one, the Supernova is a good choice. 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, you're just making a star blanket. If you want to do a small one, you just do a star. Don't forget to make last stitch. Chain 3, double crochet, and last single crochet. Okay. Set up row 3. Ding, ding, ding. Andrew beat me to it. Again. Oh no, Andrew's still back on round 1. Okay, set up row 3. Chain 3. 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I know what you're saying. I got you. Kathy is saying, don't forget to mark the stitch. So what happens with this, I'll put 2 stitch markers out, because what happens sometimes is people don't realize they're at the end of the row and they keep going around this side. So I'm going to put a marker on my chain, my starting chain, just so that you know not to go past there when you come back. Hi, Texas. You can watch on my YouTube channel. And yes, there is a written pattern. This video will not be enough. None of my videos are enough. I'm really bad at this. You should follow the written pattern and use the video to help you understand it, understand the pattern. Yeah, but they're free on, all my patterns are free on my website, BettyMcKnit.com, and you can purchase an ad-free PDF option there. Okay, so remember how I said every chain 3 space was going to be a peak and every chain 1 space was going to be a valley. So every chain 3 space is going to get the 3 3 3, and then every valley space is going to get a DC3 together, double crochet 3 together. So double crochet 3 together is not the same as 3 double crochet in the same space, okay? I see a lot of people doing that. If it were the same thing, we wouldn't have different words or different ways to explain it to you, okay? So when you see something different and you're not sure what it is, don't guess. So double crochet 3 together. Let me come out of here and I'll do it again because I was gabbing. Okay, I'm going into the chain 1 space. You start a double crochet, but you don't complete it. You do it again and you go to the last step of the double crochet, but you don't complete it. You do it 3 times. You don't complete, okay? And then you pull through and you pull through all 4 loops at the same time. And you work them together, okay? And then chain 3 space is going to get 3 3 3. I follow the written patterns and use videos as support. Helps when, yeah. That's all. That's the best I can do. I can't do a video only pattern. I just can't. And there's too much information. And I think that's really meant to be for less complicated patterns. Hi, Megan. Megan says, I'm glad I caught a live. I want to make a skirt, but our carpet is ugly green, so I guess I'll be making a red and white candy cane feeling skirt. Cool. Somebody else said they were going to do red and white. Okay, I got to step up the pace a little bit because I'm talking too much. I'm only on setup round 3. It's not actually rounds, it's rows. So thank you, Texas. So 3 3 3 in each chain 3 space and DC3 together in every chain 1 space. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for following. I think that this is based on the 6-day star blanket, and I just think they're really fun patterns. First of all, I love a pattern that starts in the middle and works its way out, like there's nothing better. But I just think these are really fun patterns. The star blanket is so much fun. My favorite of the star blankets is the Superstar for just like mindless beauty and fun. I created these patterns because my followers wanted them. They kept asking me for it. But my nature is always to be like, no, I'm not doing that. My nature, I don't know why, is to say no at first. And then, or I think nobody will want it. I think that's really deep down inside. I think that's going to be a lot of work and nobody really wants that. Yeah. Deborah says, now I want to make another Christmas blanket. Aw. I don't have any Christmas blankets. That's an idea. Whoops. Oh my goodness. I'm splitting the yarn. You have two? That's cool. I want to say thanks to my members who are here on the live. Kathy's here. Just the people that I'm aware of anyways. Deborah Eaton. Members of my membership community, the Betty McKnitiverse. Okay, I'm on the last one of the row, so it gets a 3, 3, 3. And then I'm going to double crochet in the last stitch of the row. Oops, I want to go under 2 threads. Especially at the ends of rows, I like to always make sure I go under 2 threads. And then I'm going to put a stitch marker here because sometimes people end up going past the end. They get confused and they start going around the corner. That was set up row 3. Isn't it cute? Like, even if you had like a little tiny tree, you could put this around it. Thank you, Ma. Okay, let's go to, let me see, row 4. Are y'all ready for row 4? One, two, three, chain 3. 3, 3, 3 in the chain 3 space. So you skip over this space. I know that's confused some people. You go into the chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Double crochet 3 together in the space before and after the double crochet 3 together in the row below. That's not what it says. It says DC 3 together in next 2 spaces. Okay, so that's this one and this one. So the row 2 is always going to have a double crochet in the a DC 3 together in the center of the valley. And row 3 is always going to have a DC 3 together, one on each side of the DC3 together in the bottom of the valley. Three, 3, 3 in the peak. So that's going to be the whole row across. 3, 3, 3 in the peak, and 2 DC3 together, one on each side of the one in the row below. You just repeat that across. Okay, I'm going to put one here and one here. Double crochet 3 together. And then 3, 3, 3 in the peak. I'm going to be live here every day working on these tree skirts. And this is going to be my life this week, so it's wonderful to have you all joining in. Have some people to talk to while I film these videos. Keep me on my toes. Remind me of all the things I forgot about. How many trees do people put up? Oh no, Amanda says, I'm on my morning train commute to work. Ran out the door and left my crochet behind. Oh my goodness. That would be like torture. I love crocheting on the train. Which train are you taking, if you're okay with saying it? I used to live in upstate New York and ride the Metro North into town, into New York City every once in a while. I felt so cool doing it. Only did it a handful of times, but I felt really friggin' cool doing it. I have emergency crochet that I keep in my car. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Amy says, I have one up all the time in my bedroom, and I have 2 downstairs. She's talking about trees. I just have the one tree. It's one of those skinny pencil trees from, I got it at Michael's when I was working there. And every year I say, this is the last year for this tree because the lights, it's one of those trees that has the lights already on it. And I feel like the lights are, every year I have to like coax them to come on. They don't all always come on right away, and I have to like plug and unplug a bunch of them and see if you know, they give you like those fuses, but those things don't work, you know. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get another tree this year and put it up. I was so proud of that little tree. I I bought that tree when I left my husband and I was living in a really small place, and there was not really room for a tree, so that's why I got that pencil tree. And one of the things I really wanted to make sure I took with me were all the like special Christmas tree ornaments, stuff that the kids had made and things like that, because I had put so much time and energy and thought into like collecting those things, or some of them, you know, and I wanted to go through and take the ones that I really wanted. And that pencil tree just like perfectly fits those little memorial decorations. So, memorial, like the little sentimental ones. Hey Dee, how are you, my dear? But maybe it's time to get a bigger tree and a new vibe and a new aesthetic. Okay, last one, 333 in the corner. "40-minute train ride into Sydney, Australia." Oh, my friend. I'm so sorry. It's 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back. That's a lot of crochet. You could have had a whole tree skirt done by then. Woohoo! Dee's got Wi-Fi back. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and the last, let's see, double crochet in the turning chain. Well, I've got it marked, so I'm going to take that out of the actual stitch and just put it around the chains. What am I doing here? Help me. There we go. That was set up round 4. Yes, we're making the tree skirt. The star tree skirt. There's a star, a superstar, and a supernova tree skirt. And this one is the star, and it's also the supernova. They start the same. They said, see, now I have to make it. Well, join us. This is a crochet along. This is the first day. This green is varsity green. It's called varsity green. It's a little different than the whatever I had actually used. For the original, I used kind of a darker green, but I actually like this a lot better. Whoops. Nice. Good job. I pulled out my stitch. Good job, Betty. Nice work. Of course, I had a stitch marker on it. Yeah, this is what we're making. With the little candy cane edge. Okay, let's go into setup round 5, chain 1. And I did the whole inside of the skirt green. So you don't have to do that. I just feel like it's going to be up under the tree, so I wanted it to just be green. But if you wanted to start this with white, you could start it with white and then change to red on this row and then go to the green. Then it would be in sequence with the rest of the project. Also, I guess I'm saying that the star and the supernova are the same. There is one difference, and that difference is I changed colors after every third row. So if I were doing the supernova, I would have changed colors before setup row 4. Okay, and I would do 4, 5, 6 in the next color. So that gives you a somewhat snowflake effect because you change in between these two granny rows. So for the supernova, I did change every 3 rows, but you don't have to follow my color changes. You can do whatever you like. Okay, set up row 5. Chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in each stitch across, working 3 single crochet in the chain 3 spaces, finish by single crochet in the turning chain. Easy. Hey Ma, it'll be on YouTube later. Aaliyah, this is the tutorial. This is a live filming of the tutorial, and it'll be on YouTube later. And there is also a written pattern, yes. It's the 6-day star tree skirt. It's linked on my page, on my TikTok page. There's just a link in bio, and it should be linked to this video, actually. I thought I linked it, but maybe I didn't. Wonderful. We'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to be on tomorrow at some time to work doing the supernova, or the superstar tree skirt. So I'll be here all day. I'll be here all week. I can't even speak. I will be live every day this week working on these. And it's live tutorial filming. So anything I film will be on my YouTube. And someday it's all going to get edited and be easier to like understand and navigate. But it's just going to be raw up there until I get around to doing all that. But it'll be there for you. I love this row. There's no thinking involved. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. I love it. This is the one I can watch my show. I don't have to think. I can talk. And we all know I got the gift of gab. Yakety yak. Don't talk back. Don't worry, because you won't get a word in edgewise. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like and share and follow and do all that stuff. Even if you just click the copy link button, click the share and then copy link. Even if you don't send it to anybody, that still counts, I guess. I don't know what TikTok's thinking sometimes, but that's how they do it. So yeah, if you have somebody you really think will like it, I would love it if you shared it, but you don't have to share randomly. But yeah, just click the share and click the link. And then if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for when I go live. I don't have my live schedule memorized for this week, but I think tomorrow, let me see. Let me open that up. What does it say over here? It looks like tomorrow I'm planning to go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're on TikTok, you can go to my profile, and it will have a link to the live, and you can register and get a reminder that way. On YouTube, you can subscribe. You can join my Facebook groups, the 60 Kid Blanket or the Betty's Besties, and it comes up live in there. And you could join my membership community, the Betty McKnitiverse. If you join this month, you're going to get all 3 of these patterns as bonus content for free, or with your membership, with your subscription. I believe a subscription is $10.97 a month or $111 for a year. Okay, at the end of this, we put a single crochet in the turning chain. That was set up around 5. Eight. Sean is asking, how many single crochet between the chain 3? 8. The answer's 8. Does it say that? No. The only way you would have more than 8 is if you did 3 double crochet in the same space instead of DC3 together here, which I see people do all the time. So your DC3 together will only have one, it only gets 1 single crochet because it's technically 1 stitch. Your 3 double crochet will get 3. So this will get 3. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're welcome. No problem. It's a great question. Set up row 6, chain 3, and then counting the stitch under your chain, you skip 2. So there's different ways of saying that, but technically we're only skipping 1 here, but it's just easier to say skip 2. So you count this one that you just chained out of. So that's 1, 2, and then you start here and you make 3 double crochet, and it does not say 3 double crochet in the same stitch. It says 3 double crochet. So that means 1 double crochet, another double crochet, and another double crochet. Whoops. I'm going to keep moving these up so we don't go past this. Sometimes people they forget where they're at and they just start working around the corner. Okay, so if everything went as it should have gone in the rows below, you should be at the center single crochet here, and you're going to put 5 double crochet in the center single crochet. And then 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So It's just a little way that you can check yourself, or if you're somebody who crochets the way I do, where I don't like to sit and count in my head because I'm watching a movie. um, I crochet by reading my work. Okay, so this is true for all of the 6-day blanket patterns that I have published so far. As you're coming down the valley, you will always make the last double crochet lined up with this cluster here. Okay, this 3 granny cluster. That last stitch will always line up between the second and third in that. Okay, even though it looks like you should be skipping these two, it looks like it's going to be a little bit skewed, but it balances out when you work back and forth. So when you get to here, after you do your 4, you should be lined up here. If you're not, then you might have made a mistake. You might have to go back to the previous row and see what you did wrong. Okay, and then you skip 2 and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that should put you at the center of the peak for 5 double crochet in the center. Excuse me. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Don't fudge at this point if you have difficulty. Okay, unless you know this pattern and you know what you're doing, but if something's not working out, you've made a mistake probably. So investigate before you just say, well, I should have this many stitches and I don't have that many, so let me just add a couple in. Or let me just fix it, and just bring the stitch count. You can't always just correct the stitch count and make it okay. It doesn't always work. Fudge intelligently. That's my motto. Actually, my motto is lay it down and admire it. And when you're doing that, if you notice a mistake and you decide you want to fudge it, fudge intelligently. Don't fudge until you know, like, oh, my stitch count is off because I only did 2 double crochet in that cluster when I was supposed to do 3. So then you know how to repair it. But don't just, my stitch count is supposed to be this, so let me just throw another couple stitches in there to fix this. Okay, so it's 5 in the peak. It's 4 on each side of the peak. And skip 2 in the valley. Okay, I'm lined up right there. Skip 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 down. 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, and going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kathy says, at this part, it's easy to rip back than to fudge. That's true. A very common mistake I've been seeing lately is people doing 3 double crochet in one space instead of doing double crochet 3 together. And that's going to throw your counts off. That's going to throw your geometry off. Your work isn't going to lay flat. It's going to throw a lot of things off. It's not going to work. You're not going to be able to fix that by just, throwing an extra stitch or 2 in, or throwing a couple decreases in. You have to go back. And ripping out, I think, ripping out your work, frogging, it gets easier the longer you crochet. And you can crochet faster, and it doesn't feel like a big tragedy to have to rip out a couple rows of work. As you get better at crochet, you crochet faster. Four to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip 2, and then 4 to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see what it says to do at the end. 4 double crochet, no, 3 double crochet, skip 1, double crochet in the last stitch. That was setup row 6. Hi Miranda, I'm making the 6-day star tree skirt, holiday tree skirt. It's based off of the 6-day star blanket. Okay, setup row 7 is next. Ding, 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 row 7. Ba, 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 ba. I always think about Super Smash Bros. Chain 3. Counting the stitch under your chain, skip 2, 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet in the peak, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 double crochet, skip 2. So this is going to be just like the last row, but we've got 5 double crochet on each side of the peak instead of 4. So it's the row of 5s, 5, 5, 5, and then skip 2 in the valley. Skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet in the peak. Whoops. 5 to go down. 1, 2, 3, 'Hold on. I counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's crochet a row of 5. How many is 5? Going back to my Sesame Street memories. So it's 5 up, 5 in the center, 5 down, skip 2 in the valley. How's everyone's weather in different parts of the world today? Hi, Maddie. Hi, thanks for joining, y'all. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 to go down. 1, 2, whoops. 4 inches of snow. Are you kidding me? That's a joke, right? Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine snow right now. It's like, I can't even believe it's November where I am right now. It looks like June. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. 73 in Central PA. Wow. $86. Overcast but warm. Well, you all are going into summer. A couple inches of snow, 18 degrees. Oh my gosh. I could not live in Alaska. I could not. I dislike being cold. But I do like being like cozy and warm inside when it's cold outside. There's something fun about that, being snowed in. 62 in Indiana. They had 70-degree weather last week. Anchorage. Wow. $18 degrees though. Oh goodness. Couldn't do it. Almost there. And then something exciting is going to happen on the next row. I'm going to change to the red for one row. Woohoo! Change to color B. Skip 2, 5 to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then how many to go down at the very end? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to skip that last stitch and put my last double crochet in the turning chain. Come on now. Okay, and I'm not going to complete the stitch because I'm going to change colors. Just going to keep moving these up. Although I think at a certain point, you're not going to think about going around those corners, but it's okay to keep moving them up as long as you need to. This is actually a little bit more than circular, so when you put it around your tree, you have enough. You should have enough for it to overlap. You just put this overlapping part in the back. There's no... I think there were a couple people that when they tested that put buttons or something of that nature on. But it's not needed unless you want them. You had a very wet summer last year. Oh man. Look at that. I love when the yarn end is just right there. That's the way life should be. Okay, so when I change colors, here's how I do it. on, let me look at this so I can make sure. Oh, that's nicely. And okay, here's how I do it. And if you don't know this, for whatever reason, red does not show up properly on video. I learned that the hard way when I tried to make a tutorial video with a red yarn. Okay, so what I do when I'm changing colors is I pull the new color through the last 2 loops of the last stitch of the row, and then I take these 2 tails and I flip them up over my working yarn like that, hold it to the back, and then I make my next stitch, which for this is supposed to be a chain 1. Chain 1. And then I turn. Okay, so now I have these 2 ends here, and they're just hanging, but they're secured because I kind of wrapped them up into the working yarn. So they're secure. And then what I will do is I will leave these here until the end of time. No, seriously, I'm better about doing my ends now. And then when I go, we're going to put a single crochet down this edge here at the end So when I work my edge, I'm going to put the green like this and the red like that. And I'm going to work over each of them for like 1 or 2 stitches right where they come together. And then just leave them to hang. And then when the project is all the way complete and I'm weaving in my ends, then I will weave the rest of this in. But I do not tie knots. I don't recommend tying knots. I think it's just a attention to detail for me, why I don't do it, but also those knots are not secure. I know people say, oh, I've never had one come undone, but they don't know if they've had one come undone or not, because they did not keep everything they made. So that's just wishful thinking. Calling things magic does not make it so. Single crochet, okay, chain 1, single crochet in the same space, 6 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you should be at the center peak. 4 single crochet in the center peak, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going down, we're going to do 14 single crochet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You should be in the center, double crochet, and that gets 4. Okay, so if you want to sit there and count out 14 single crochet, you can, or you can just crochet across, single crochet in each stitch, with the exception of the center of the 5 double crochet that are in the peak. And that center double crochet, you're going to put 4 single crochet, not 3, 4. I know it seems like it should be 3, but it's 4. Doesn't this already look so cute with the red and the green? 1, 2. Y'all probably can't really tell because red looks like junk on video. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really nice to be bringing some color in. I haven't put any Christmas music on. The reason I don't play music on these lives is because YouTube will remove the sound if I do. Would be nice to have that though, wouldn't it? I know some people play music and sing along on their lives. I made the mistake of doing that the first time I went live, and then I tried to upload the video to YouTube, and YouTube was like, no. I don't want to demonetize my YouTube channel because I'm basically giving the pattern away on the video. And people don't seem to be able to make crochet patterns without video. It's almost like demanded sometimes. But regardless of money, still, I just don't think the video is enough. I think that video is enough for some patterns, but I think this pattern is it's too complicated to just be a video pattern. I love a single crochet row, man. Now the pattern says you will be guided to work the rows in the proper order. Don't let the numbers throw you off or overthink a change in the sequence. So that's why we're going from setup row 8 to row 2. Because all the 6-8 blanket patterns have the same rows so that you can change colors and make different striping effects. I would call this pattern, this stripe effect, I guess I would call it vivid chevrons, but usually with vivid chevron, the single crochet rows are the same color as the granny rows. And you just do a contrast on rows 5 and 6. But I think the single crochet rows give some, whoops, I went right past the peak. I think the single crochet rows give some definition to the stripes. So that's why I would probably call this vivid chevrons with contrasting single crochet rows, if you want to get technical. I know a lot of people have trouble reading patterns, but I think if you want to advance your skills beyond what's available, just by video, then you have to read a pattern. you have to be able to read it to some extent. And I know people say they are visual learners, but reading is also visual. Single crochet in the top of the turning chain. Okay, I'm going to change colors again. So and it's not that I don't believe you, I believe you, but I am not good at making videos. I am good at writing patterns, and I am not good at making videos. So, it's just the way it is. It's just the truth. I'm just changing out my battery and my DSLR up here real quick because it died. Hi, Daphne. I think one reason people struggle with written patterns is because there are a lot of crappy patterns out there also. There are standards for pattern writing and not everyone follows them. I know because I've bought patterns that were not written to standard and they made no sense whatsoever. So I get it. I do get it. As a designer and as a pattern writer, I am not able to satisfy the need that people have for video. Proceed to row 2 and change to color C. They're all on my website, bettymcknit.com. So I'm going to pull the new color through the last 2 loops of the old color. And then can you all see how much thicker that white yarn is than the red? That's why I had to drop down a hook size, because the white is very thick. Okay, then I'm going to flip these up over the working yarn. And I'm going to start row 2. Starts with the chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Counting the stitch under your chain, skip 3. 1, 2, 3. And 3 double crochet in the next single crochet. 1, 2, 3. See, and that is different from DC3 together. Okay. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and it says repeat the skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next stitch to the top, but I'm already there. So I don't have to make any more 3 double crochet on this row. And then it says 3, 3, 3 in the third of the 4th single crochet in the peak. So that's this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. So skip 2, 3 double crochet, And then it says repeat the skip 2 3 double crochet, make the last one in the third single crochet from the center valley stitch. So there's the center valley, 1 2 3, that's where my last one's going to go. So I just have one more. Thank you, Kathy. And then you skip 2 and double crochet 3 together in the valley, center valley, double crochet 3 together. Well, the exposure is making that really hard to see. Let me see if I can get rid of some of the direct light. Might make it easier to see. Let me see if I can do something about that. I have a feeling it has to do with that red too. That did nothing. That did nothing. Yeah. Hi. Thanks for the likes. I'm just going to leave it like this, but it's really dark on my end, really hard to see. Or not really hard to see, but it is harder to see. Let me see. What am I doing? I'm doing row 2. So I'm in the valley. Skip 2, 3 double crochet in the center valley stitch. Repeat from the start to the end. So it's skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. 1, 2, 3. And then repeat to the mountain. So skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. Skip 2, 3 3 3 in the third of the 4 single crochet in the peak. And then skip 2, 3 double crochet in the next. And then double crochet 3 together in the center. skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3, 3, 3 in the peak, skip 2, 3 double crochet going down, whoops, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, double crochet 3 together in the center valley, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3, 3, 3, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, double crochet 3 together, hi. So each, let me see, each peak should have 3, 3, 3, and then you should have 2 sets of 3 double crochet on each side of each peak, and 1 double crochet 3 together in the center valley. You've got 2 stitch space in between everything. Thanks for the likes. CAL means crochet along. Three, 3, 3 in the peak. This tree skirt that I'm working on right here reminds me of Elf. Now I'm hearing the Elf music in my head. That's okay. Are you a crocheter? Have you never heard that term before? Thanks for the likes. You do crochet. So there's a CAL and there's a KAL, which would be a knit along. Sometimes people say MAL, make along. And then we've got our whips, right? WIP, work in progress, whips. People say it's Whip Wednesday, have to show a whip. You have a million whips. What will they think of us crocheters? We're over here hooking with our whips and chains. Now I probably am going to get demonetized. And UFOs, unfinished objects, PhDs. We all have PhDs, right? Projects half done. I've got a spammer over on my yep, and we're naughty. KNOTTY. We're a bunch of naughty hookers with our whips and chains. I'm gonna get demonetized if I keep saying stuff like that. I'm gonna have to cut that part out. I'm almost there. So this problem with the red. The problem with the light is because of the red yarn. Just making me rethink my yarn choices for the Superstar blanket that I have, that I'm gonna start tomorrow. So maybe I might do it in I was doing it in red. I did it in red and a brighter green, but maybe I'll do it in the green and either white or maybe blue. I have some blue. When I first started doing crochet tutorials, I was trying to do them with red yarn, and I could not get it to come into focus no matter what I did. And I was trying all these different things. I was trying to, like put something behind it to provide the contrast. It wasn't working. And then I brought my daughter up and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And she was like, oh, you can't video. Red does not show up properly on video. And I always forget. So yeah, that's definitely throwing off the lighting and causing that white to be overexposed. Thank you, Amanda and Dee. Kathy. Thanks for the likes. There's like no way to correct it either. Okay, so I'm at the very end, and at the end you skip one and you double crochet into the last stitch. See, now that this is getting bigger, you can see how it's gonna overlap. Looks pretty though. I have a million whips. I think my last crochet along of the year is going to be a work in progress crochet along. I'll just go live and we can work on our stuff, or maybe I'll do it on Zoom calls instead of live. Let's move on to row 3. Chain 3. Skip the space between the turning chain. Let me come a little bit closer. Hold on, let me make sure this is in focus. This is as good as I think it's gonna get, so I hope it's okay to see. So you skip the space between the turning chain and the first set of 3 double crochet, and then you make 3 double crochet into the space. Okay, and then let's see how the pattern says it. It says repeat that to the top of the mountain, 3 double crochet in the next space. So I only have to repeat it once because I'm here. Okay, then it says do a 3 3 3 in the top. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, then it says 3 double crochet in the next space, repeat it to the valley. So 1. The reason I did this like this was so that I could just have 6 repeatable rows and not have to have a bunch of different rows for each repetition of this row. Okay, and then DC3 together, and the spaces before and after the DC3 together in the row below. So I'm going to make a DC3 together in this space and another one in this space. The rest of the spaces get 3 double crochet, and the peaks get a 3 3 3. You need a whip crochet along. I think I would rather do it on a Zoom call where we can kind of hang out and chat with each other rather than doing a live like this. And I don't think I need to. I mean, I can always film if I need to in those kinds of calls. What do you all think? Zoom call or sit on lives? Hang out on lives and watch at your leisure. Because if you miss the Zoom call, you miss it. A whip Zoom. Dee's voting for Zoom. What do y'all think, TikTok? Kathy's saying Zoom. Whip Zoom. Sue's saying live. Andrew's voting for Zoom. Angela's saying YouTube live. I will let your answers marinate. Zoom and live are okay with Veronica, my #1 viewer on this live. Whip Zoom. It needs a sound effect. I don't have a good sound effect for that. Okay, so for the video, I just want to say it again because I know the video quality is not great because of that red yarn. So I'm putting 3 double crochet in each space. I'm putting 3 3 3 in the peak, and I'm doing a DC3 together, one on each side of the DC3 together in row 2. A big mistake that I have seen come up, I don't know why it's like suddenly coming up, it seems like more often than usual, where people are doing 3 double crochet in the same space instead of double crochet 3 together. And they're saying, you know, sometimes they say, I didn't know what the difference was. If there wasn't a difference, it wouldn't be written different ways. So for those of you that are like adverse to pattern reading, this is just like a helpful hint for you. If something is written one way and then it's written a different way, we're not going to tell you to do the same thing in different ways. Okay. So if it says 3 double crochet in one space until you get to the bottom and then do DC3 together, those don't mean the same thing. Those are different things. And if you come across something and you're confused by it and you're new to pattern reading, look it up. All the stitches for this pattern are in the pattern. So the double crochet 3 together is in the pattern. The first rule of pattern, working with a pattern, is to read the entire pattern all the way through, from start to finish. Read the entire thing. I know, you don't want to. You just want to pick up the hook and go. You see chain 27 and you just start chaining 27. And then you get 2 or 3 rows in and you're like, what am I doing? Why does it say this? Why does it say that? Read the whole thing so you know what's coming. And then do what the pattern says. Follow the pattern. If it doesn't seem right because it's not like something you've done before, or it's not like another pattern, or it's not what you expect, like for instance, a lot of the time you make 3 single crochet in the point to make a point. This pattern has 4. So when you see that and you go, that doesn't seem right, it should be 3, I'm going to do 3. That's when the pattern starts, that's when your work is going to start to go off the rails. And that's when people start to say, this is a badly written pattern, because they think it should be 3, but it's not, it's 4. And there's a reason for that, right? And then they go, this pattern doesn't work, it's a badly written pattern. Usually when people are saying that, they've made some changes because something didn't seem right to them, or it was unconventional compared to how they were expecting it. And they made changes and then the whole thing doesn't work. So if something doesn't seem right, or you don't quite understand it, or it's not what you expect, don't change it. Try it first as written. A lot of the questions that I get in emails and DMs are things that are right there in the pattern. And the person just didn't read them. This pattern and most of the 6-day blanket patterns, if you do it correctly, it works. If you don't do it correctly, it doesn't work. So if it's not working, there might be a mistake. It should come out right every time. You shouldn't have to adjust anything. You shouldn't have to adjust any stitch counts. Excuse me. Well, it's 4 o'clock. It's been 2 hours. I'm only on row 3 and I really wanted to get to row 6. And I'm going to keep going. I know this is a long time for some of you that are supporting me. And I'm already over, I'm already over what I said it was going to be. So don't feel like you have to stick around. Excuse me. Take a break and get a drink. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3. So what am I doing? I'm on row 3 of the 6-day star holiday tree skirt. I'm making 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in each peak. Drink my water. I know I need I've got coffee here today, so I remember to bring water in here so I can show off and drink it. Get you all to clap for me. 3, 3, 3 in the peak. Almost there. This tree skirt has 9 points. It does take a little bit longer to go around or complete a row than the star blanket only has 7. So it's much faster. But it's the exact same thing. It's just back and forth with an opening. Okay, that's better. I'm going to do, how many more rows? I'm going to do 4 more rows. And then I'm going to be done. Sometimes I still go through the back. It's not really important. I'm also going to be changing colors on the next row, so I'm not going to complete that stitch. Okay, change to color B. This is going to be row 4. You know, I probably could carry the red up, but I think it would show. Row 4, chain 1, single crochet in the same space, 9 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then the pattern has some numbers in parentheses, and those numbers represent how many stitches are going to be here the next time you repeat row 4. Okay, so it goes up by 6 every time. So this is row 4. You're going to go 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4. And on that row 4, you're going to have 15 here instead of 9. Okay, and then the next time you repeat, you're going to have 21 here instead of 9 or 15. And then if you keep going, you're going to have 27. Okay, that's what those numbers are for. 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3. Three single crochet in the chain 3 space, and then 20 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, and same thing here. It says 20, and then in parentheses it says 32, 44, 56. So you're going to go row 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4. On that row 4, you're going to have 32 here. And then on the next repeat, you're going to have 44. And then on the next one, you're going to have 56. Sherry, it's going to be on YouTube when I'm done. It's on YouTube also. So you can just go to my YouTube channel, Betty McKnit. I'm Betty McKnit everywhere. So I'm sorry, I don't send videos to people, but it's on my YouTube. $20 single crochet between the peaks, 3 single crochet in each peak, and let me see, 9 single crochet on each side, 1 in each end. That is row 4. And then the pattern says on subsequent single crochet rows, the number of single crochets on either side of the mountain will increase by 6. The numbers in parentheses show the number of single crochets on each subsequent repeat of the pattern. So that's what I was saying. I wanted the pattern to be easily just like a 6-row repeat and not, you know, pages and pages and pages of basically the same instructions, but now do single, now do 15, now do 21. You're basically single crocheting across the row, making 3 single crochet in each of the peak. The numbers are there to check, or if you are the type of crocheter that likes to count as you're working. I don't like to do that so much because I like to watch my show. Amy's on the edge. She's doing the candy cane border. You know, I resisted putting this candy cane border onto this tree skirt because I don't know why I'm resistant to certain things. But I resisted. But I did it. But it looks really cute. It is so easy. It's really easy. It's much easier than it looks. But it is time consuming. It's a little bit tedious. Because you have to keep taking your hook out of the work and putting it back in. And I hate that. That does not flow. You know what I'm saying? It does not flow. I really want to complete a whole repeat for you on this video. So basically, you could take this video and, you know, just keep going. Because the repeats are the same. They're just more stitches as the work grows. So you really don't, sometimes people reach out to me and they're like, where's the video of you doing the next so many rows? Well, they're repetitive. You can do it. You don't need me to show you everything. But I'd like to get them all done on this live so that anyone that's following along could complete. And then also the Supernova. If you're doing the Supernova, you would do the same thing. The only difference is the color changes. The stitches are exactly the same. D says, I found I needed to skip some stitches with the candy cane border to prevent ruffling. Me too. In fact, I was telling my sister last night that the pictures of the 6-day tree, the star tree skirt in the pattern, my border was ruffling, and I had a very difficult time photographing it, but I did it. I fudged it. I fudged the photo, and then I it was driving me crazy, so I took it apart and I redid it. And I skipped. I don't know why I didn't lay it down and check it while I was working on it. I was probably in a hurry to get it out there, get it done, and get it photographed. But yeah, I ended up taking it out and redoing it, and I had to skip a lot. Yeah, it's once you get the hang of it, it's fine. It's not a difficult technique at all. It's I mean, it's very dramatic, it's very striking. Everyone notices it and loves it. So it's definitely worth the extra time, but it's not hard. It's fiddly. Your your comment says cuddly, but I think maybe you mean fiddly. Yeah, it's fiddly. It's a perfect word for it. It really sucks that the camera blows out the video for this because it is really cute. And it's not being done justice here. So I think I think I might just do green and white, or maybe green and silver on the other one that I'm doing. I hate to work on something not in the colors that I want it to be worked in, and then, but I know it's just not going to show up. It's going to be, it's going to be a pain. Okay, so I'm moving on to row 5. It says change to color A, chain 3, counting the stitch below your chain, skip 2. So skip this one. We're going to start here, and we're going to do 9 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and again, this this row has a bunch of numbers in the parentheses after, and those are for the next time you get to row 5. You're going to have 15, and then the time after that you're going to have 21 here, and the time after that, etc. Okay, and then 5 double crochet in the top in the center peak. 3, 4, 5, and then let's see, how many does it say? 10 to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then let me see what happens if I turn some more lights on, because we're on the green now. So I really want you to be able to see the green in the stitches. So this little hack works on everything. Your last double crochet is going to line up in between the second and third stitch of this last group of 3 double crochet going down the mountain. Okay, it's always going to be right, but you have 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Hi, Della. Put a green and white candy. I don't think I made this split because it was for an artificial tree. Oh, yeah, you can do this with the star. You can just follow the star blanket pattern for an artificial tree. And there's instructions at the start. Della, you might have been one of the people that did this before I did it. And then everybody was like, Betty McKnit, make the tree skirt. And I was like, no, I don't want to. You might have been one of the people that did it before I did. There were a few people in the 6-day blanket group that were doing tree skirts, and they started the ball rolling. I'm sorry I don't remember who they all were, and I should have put that in the pattern and thanked you guys. 5 double crochet in the center, single crochet at the top, 10 to go up, 5 in the center, 10 to go down, and then skip 2 in the valley. You made 4, my goodness. I would love it if you posted them in the group again. I feel like I remember them. We don't have the organization in the Facebook group that we once did. We lost our finished projects album, and to be honest, it was never like easy to navigate anyways. I feel like yeah. Some of the resources in that Facebook group, I think I'm going to move over to the McKnitiverse and have like a free lobby area in the McKnitiverse with some of those resources and things that can be found in the 6-day blanket group, because Facebook, they change all the time and it's not the same. There is not a poncho pattern, but there is a 6-day star shawl pattern, and I would suggest, if you would like a poncho, to make the 6-day star shawl and button it up the front because it looks like a poncho when you put it on. That is, I think, the closest thing I might get to a shawl, to a poncho pattern. I for now anyways. Yeah. I also, a year or maybe even 2 years ago now, I worked on a cowl. We were calling it a cowl poncho. But it was basically the 6-day kid blanket around in a tube like that, which is a different style of poncho that, I'll just say, like, my daughter was really interested in that, and the tester's daughter really liked it, but some of the people, you know, like more around my age, did not like it. So that would be the 6-day cowl poncho, and it's in the McKnitiverse. I never released it to the public. I just never really got a good handle on the pattern. I think I was trying to do too many different sizes and weights of yarn, and it got a little away from me. Bye, Veronica. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. The video will be on YouTube, you know, right after, as soon as I'm done. I mean, it's on there, it's streaming over there now, so it'll be ready when you come back. Tomorrow I'll be back at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern is when I'll be here. Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure to sit here and crochet with all of you. It's really a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Well, I mean, it's in the McKnitiverse, so you can join there if you would like it. I don't have any plans to release it. I have several other patterns over there that I have never released as well to the public. They are, I call them unicorns. So I think the cowl poncho just ended up as a unicorn. I'm not sure. I gotta go check and see. It might be one of the it might still say that it's in pre-release. But I pre-release patterns over there. So in fact, this pattern that I'm working on right now, last year in my membership community, I said, I have these patterns. They're all written up. They're ready to go. I think they're good. Um, you know, I had been working on them with one of the members, a tester, you know, and I said, listen, people, I just want to get these out right away. Who wants to whip up a tree skirt in the next week? And I don't know, 10 or so people came forward and said they would love to do it. And we just worked on these in the McKnitiverse for like a week, and I got them released. So maybe I should do that again in the McKnitiverse. I'll put a little poll out and say, what do you want to work on? But yeah, everything gets pre-released there, usually in draft form, um, for, you know, while I'm working on it. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. www.bettymcknitiverse.com. And I think maybe if there's somebody that's in the McKnitiverse could check where the cowl poncho pattern lives in the McKnitiverse. I don't want to tell you it's there if it's not. If it's still in testing, you won't be able to access it, but if it's in pre-release, you'll be able to access it. Let me see, what else do I have over there? Last week I gave them as bonus content a unicorn pattern that I probably will never release to the public, which is the 6-day 8-pointed star. So they have that. I mean, I may release that someday, but I'm not ready to release it right now or work on it. Sometimes I have ideas and I just, you know, kind of put them out there. But I have some other projects that are like more goals that I'm trying to get completed. So I'm trying not to get sidetracked by these little like side ideas for different patterns that I have. I think the cowl poncho in particular is a good pattern. I put a lot of work into it. I don't know how well it's going to do though, because a lot of people said like, oh, it wasn't the shape that they wanted in a poncho. It's not a traditional looking poncho. It is really more of like a cowl. It's that kind of couture style where your arms are just straight down, you know, It's not like the poncho from the 70s that has corners. If you want a more traditional looking poncho or one that looks like the star blanket, I would do the star shawl. The 6-day cowl is in pre-releases, thank you. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com. The link is in my bio. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably revisit that one someday, but it just never made it out. And I think mainly because I was trying to do too many different sizes and weights of yarn in that pattern. I had it like somebody wanted to do fingering weight, and so they started it, but I was trying to do too much. I should just pull it out of there and do it in 3 weight and 4 weight, and that's it. Okay, we have 10 double crochet. I'll just say it one more time as I complete this row. 10 double crochet on each side of the peak. Skip 2 in the valley and 5 double crochet in the center of the peak. She's looking for the McKnitiverse. Whoops. The yarn splits a little sometimes. Okay, and then coming down, let's see. What row is this? 6. No, this is 5. So I should have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip 1 double crochet in the last. Yeah, there is Kathy, but I'm sorry. I told you I would send you a list of links, and I never did that, so I apologize. I don't think I need a moderator. I think things are going fine. Thank you for offering. Kathy, I was talking to somebody on TikTok, by the way. I've got somebody over here asking to be a mod. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more rows. You're welcome, my dear. This is a great time to be in the McKnitiverse because the bonus content is these 3 patterns. You're going to get an ad-free PDF of all the tree skirts. And then I also recently redid my 2 of my hat patterns, and those are in there also. So you're going to get those ad-free PDFs, and then you're going to get you get access to 4 patterns from my pattern library a month. So they're in like a little course that opens up, a new folder opens up every month, and it has 4 patterns in it. And if you're there for the whole year, you end up with my entire pattern library. Pretty soon I'm going to have to make it more than 12 months because I keep releasing patterns. But there are also these unicorn patterns in there, a bunch of them. And then the pre-release. I think the only thing that's pre-released right now is that cowl poncho. Okay, row 6. Also, at the beginning of the year, I always raise my price over there. And the network, the platform itself, chain 3. Hold on, let me do this and then I'll talk about the McKnitiverse some more. Chain 3, counting the stitch beneath your chain 2, and then 10 double crochet. Over the course of the year, I add so much content to the McKnitiverse that I raise the price every year because the amount of content that I added this past year was a lot. It was a lot. I don't even know how much else to say it. I'm adding and updating content over there all the time. So at the beginning of the year, every year I raise my prices. I raise the price, the membership price. And once you're in, you have a legacy, you have a legacy price. I'm doing 5 double crochet in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a legacy price. So if you join now, you would still, you would still get this year's price. Next year it's going to go up. So people that join after January are going to be at the new price. Okay, then I have 11. We do a lot of craft and chat in there, which is really fun. And then skip 2 in the valley and 11 to go up. The next time I do row 6, the number of double crochets on each side of the mountain is going to increase by 6. So I have 11. The next time I do this row, I'll have 17 on each side. The time after that, I'll have 23 on each side. It goes up by 6 each time. And the numbers are in the pattern for you. That's what the numbers in the parenthesis mean. I don't know what happened to my little fan over here. But it sounds like yeah, that doesn't want to work. Okay. All right. Kaylee says, watching people crochet, even as a crocheter, is so interesting. I know, it's like mesmerizing, right? You get sucked in. I don't really count. I just know I'm going to skip those middle two. One from this side and one from that side. They're going to get skipped. Skipping two in the valley. But it's 11. It's 11 to go up, 5 in the peak, 11 to go down, and then skip 2 in the valley. I'm going to do one more row after this, and then I'm going to be done. It's been almost 3 hours. Woo! Man. Tomorrow I'm going to be back at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to work on the 6-day Superstar tree skirt. I got to pivot on my yarn choices though, because I don't want to do any more red, because that messes up the video. I believe the two different join prices, one is monthly and one is annual. And the monthly price is a little bit more. But if you're there, if you're there for the whole year, you will have access to my entire pattern library. They come out 3 or 4 at a time. So a new folder opens every month with more patterns in it. I know, the red is so cute. And the green, the bright green with the sparkly red really reminds me of Elf a lot. So I really love it. I'm upset. I forgot all about red being stupid online, though. A design workshop is a group of people who are working on different 6-day kid blanket designs, like new stuff that I haven't released yet, new ideas, things like that. If you are not familiar with the 6-day kid blanket yet, you probably won't really enjoy that group. But if you've made a lot of 6-day kid blankets and you like the idea of making new things with the 6-day kid blanket stitches, or talking about, like patterns that I'm planning and that I'm working on for the future. Like right now, what we're doing in that group is I'm having meetings that I'm calling Granny Square Workshop, and I've come up with some different, like a 6-day hexagon, a 6-day octagon, a triangle, some different shapes, and people are making those, and we're just coming up with different ideas. Both plans include the all. Well, the design workshop is extra. It's $2 extra. It's like a premium group within the McKnitiverse. It's an additional $2 a month. I made an elf through the door wreath for my mom. It's the funniest thing. Oh, that's cute. I'd love to see that. I'm doing one more row after this, and then I'm going to go make dinner. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? We do regular craft and chats in the McKnitiverse. In fact, we have one tonight at 9 p.m. There's Zoom calls, bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches for dinner. That sounds good. Bacon. Maybe I'll make myself some bacon. You haven't had lunch yet? It's starting to get dark. The sun's going down. While I'm on this call, I want to cry. It felt like it was morning when I came on here. And now the sun's going down. I haven't been out to the beach yet. I'll go out there after this because I believe it's going to, I'm going to see the moon come up if I do. I go out. There's a little bit of cloud cover. We'll see. We'll see. Am I in the center? Yes. So I need 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's see what it says to do. And then 10 to go down. 2, 3. Oh, this isn't my last peak. Never mind. It should be 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, skip 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 5 in the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. This is my last one, so it's going to be 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skip 1, double crochet. I'm not going to finish it because I'm going to change colors. Woohoo! I went through a lot of yarn. Steak and roast potatoes. That sounds good too. I'm hungry. Can y'all tell I'm hungry? All I had today was toast. Change to color B. Oh, that's good. But do you see what happens to the white? So it was when I was working on the white, like the red does something to the camera that blows out this white. So, yeah. You can see it's like, well, you probably can't tell, but this is a deeper red than what is showing up on camera. On camera, it's looking like it's orange, but it's not orange, it's red. It's not a huge deal, but tomorrow I was planning on working the Superstar in red yarn, and I'm just not going to. I'm going to do green and white, or maybe blue. I have some blue. I have some blue because I wanted to make a blue and white table runner for Hanukkah. And I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet and releasing that. Okay, so we're going to single crochet across the row in the first stitch and every stitch across, and then in the peak we're going to, it's very hard to keep it in focus. It's because of that red, something about that color. In the peak stitch we're going to do 4 single crochet. Two, 3, 4, and let me see, I have numbers. Oh, it just says you should have 13 single crochet on each side of the peak and 4 single crochet in each corner stitch. Okay, 1, 2, so 13 on each side would be 26 in the valley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah! And then 4 in the top. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if you like to count, there's your counts. If you don't like to count, you don't have to. Tomorrow I'll be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Apparently I'm on Twitter too. So tweet this. And I'll be starting the 6-day Superstar holiday tree skirt because it is different. It starts off different than this one. This is the star, the 6-day star, and the 6-day Supernova is exactly the same with the stitches. The only difference is that it changes colors every 3 rows. I'll show you the difference before I end this live because I have one started. If you were here at the beginning, you saw me wearing it around my neck. Sun peaking red is a true red here. Beautiful out. Oh, nice. I think it's a full moon today. I want to try and get out there and see the moon over the water at least a little bit tonight. Get outside a little. I haven't been outside yet today. Maybe I'll take my computer outside for the craft and chat call tonight. That might be fun. Of course, it'll be dark. Thinking, what would I do for light? I could figure something out. Okay, so this is row 7. So this pattern repeats from row 2, which is this one, through row 7. So after this, you're going to go back to row 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the 6-day kid blanket ends on row 4. The red is not orange in the picture. Well, that's good. It's showing up orange on my screen. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can just keep repeating rows 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until your tree skirt is the length, the size that you want. So if you're going to do the Supernova from here, you would repeat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then move on to 7A. So the Supernova, the stitches are same, up to here. And through almost one whole more repeat. 5 more rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The repeats are the same, you just have more stitches going up and down the sides of the mountains and into the valleys, okay? You just have more stitches, and those stitch counts are in the parentheses in the pattern. It increases by 6 every time. So I'm doing what? What did I figure out? This was 13. It's 13 single crochet on each side. So 26 single crochet from peak to peak. This is going to increase by 6. So it's going to be 19 next time. Is that right? Make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yes, it's going to be 19. So it'll be 19 on each side. So it'll be, what's that, 38 from peak to peak. And then 4 single crochet in the peak. I got 2 more peaks to go. I love a single crochet row. It's so satisfying. Whoops. Okay. Repeat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That, I mean, that is pretty much it for this pattern. You repeat those 6 rows, and then when it's as big as you want, you put the edge on it. And I'll show you the edge later this week. Probably like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th day of the crochet along. I think I'm going to be able to, you know, get through quite a lot of the Superstar tomorrow like I did today with the star. The Supernova is going to take longer because you're starting with a larger thing. You know, I'm going to be starting like at this point where I am here with this one, the Supernova. Actually, 6 more rows. I'll pull it up here. Here we go. This is the 6-day star. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. So this is the Supernova that I've already started. It's got, let me see. It's bigger because I'm using a bigger hook. So they're actually at the same exact, they're actually at the same exact point. This one finished at row 7, but look at the difference in the length because I used a bigger hook on this one. And the yarn is heavier. The white yarn is just heavier. Yeah, if I line them up. So this one is, let me see, how many more? I only did 1 more repeat on this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the border. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the border. That's all the further this one has to go to be here. So this Supernova needs a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can start the other rows, adding the other. We're going to add a point right in the middle here, and then that point's going to start to grow. So that's going to take some time, I think, to show that. Might take me 2 days to do those rows because I want to be able to show you all the rows. So there might be, like I said, some off-camera crochet happening with this. So there you go, 6-day star and 6-day Supernova. And you can see where I change the colors every 3 rows. So in between the granny rows and then in between the double crochet rows, that's where you change. Every 3 rows you change. So set up row 1, 2, 3, set up row 4, you start a new color. 5, 6, set up row 7 and 8, and then this is row 2 of the pattern. Row 2 and then change. 3, 4, 5, change, 6, 7, 2, like that. Let me bring this down. Ooh, too big. No one wants to see a Betty McKnit that big. She big enough. She big enough. All right, thank you all so much for hanging in here with me. 3 hours and 20 minutes. I don't know if this is Might be my longest live ever. See you later. Thanks for hanging out, Kathy. Bye, TikTok. I'll see y'all. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. You guys hung out a long time. Thank you.